I'm Dennis Moreland, Dennis Moreland Tack, and today we're at Millsap, Texas, at Clay John's Cutting Horses, and Clay helps lots of amateur cutters. And today we're going to talk about how to hold the bridle reins. It can be pretty complicated if you don't know how to hold them right. Clay?
Okay, Dennis, thank you. To start with, I'm always conscious of having the reins even. The same amount of slack in each rein. You'll see people looking at the ends down here trying to decide if they've got them even or not, but really the important part's between your hand and the bridle. And I can measure that by just lifting the slack out and trying to determine, and I can look down both sides of my horse's neck. Now, I've got the reins run through my hand, my thumb forward, so to speak, the heel of my hand is the tail of the reins comes out. The different ways that I hold the reins, that would be one, right through my palm of my hand. Sometimes I put one finger between the two reins, and that adds just a little bit of control. I like that some. One more thing that I also find, I'll hold my reins fairly loose in my hand sometimes, and sometimes I might drop that left rein. I have dropped it before, and so to keep that from happening when I'm riding, sometimes I'll double that rein up a little bit, where I have a couple of fingers instead of just one finger between the reins. I've got two like this. The thing you have to worry about is shortening the left rein when you do that. So you've got to make sure that you don't ride with one rein too tight. And so that's another way you can hold the reins, and that way it's secure and you don't run the risk of dropping the inside rein.
Clay, show us about stopping your horse.
Okay, well, here at home, if I want to stop a horse and I've got slack in the reins like this, I'll pick my hand up and grab below the slack and pull with the other hand. I can't do that showing. When I'm competing, I have to just stay one-handed. And when I pick the horse up, I've got to just do it with one hand. Same way with turning, going back to the herd. Also, when I quit working at a show, I've got to be sure it's a legal quit. I've got to wait for that cow to stop or turn away so that I'm legally able to pick up and quit. Many times I'll touch the neck with my free hand to signal to that horse that we're through. And then I'll pick up and turn around. And at that time, if my reins have gotten twisted or tangled up, I'm able to straighten that by pulling the ends out of the slack, but I just can't turn the horse with two hands.
Are all these methods of holding your hand, holding the reins, is it all legal in NCHA cuttings?
It is. Any of these is legal. Even the open hand on the neck is legal. The only thing that they penalize the riders for is if they set their hand up too far up the neck. It has to be back here close to the saddle. I personally don't like to see them rest their hand on the swell of the saddle because it puts your reins and your horse in a fixed position. You can ride with him better if you're free from the saddle with your hand. But you can't go up the neck too far. You've got to keep it back here close, next to in front of the saddle.
Clay, when you go to stop a horse and you pick your hand up and get the rein, is that legal?
Not in cutting, no. It has to be one-handed. After you've picked up and turned away, you can straighten the end of the reins, but you can't turn him with two hands on the reins. And stopping him, it has to be one-handed.
Thank you, Clay. That will be very helpful to a lot of people, I bet.
Well, thank you, Dennis.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
For more tips and to take a look at some of the country's finest handmade tack, log on to dmtack.com.